What's up, everybody? This is your boy Hill Carl Michael, and welcome to another installment of Hill Thoughts. It's been a long time since I posted any new videos for the past couple weeks. A lot of stuff going on, but here I am. And this topic I'm going to talk about is my own personal story, the coming out story. And we're still celebrating the remaining of the days of the Pride Month, and of course the Mental Health Month as well, and also World Cup. So everything else going on is at the same time, and I want to pick the right day or right timing to do it. So for this story, my personal story, I felt like there's something that this story need to be shared. There's something that it need to be explored and talked about. Because I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people. Um, I know a lot of people who is difficult to find a struggle. Matter of fact, who try to find a struggle to, um, well, I put this word together. Try to come out without being judged. I apologize. Try to find a word to say because this story is very personal. Nothing too serious, but more more lighthearted. But I know people out there who struggling with their own sexuality in this time of day of age. Back then, it was hard to come out without being judged or without being ridiculed or without being, discriminated. But nowadays, in this today era, people rock with you. As long as you're a good person or a good person with a good heart, people rock with you, and I see that all the time. As long as you're not being, crazy, being too disrespectful, do some crazy stuff, people will respect you and love you the way you are. But in my case, it's been I would say, free spirit journey. Um, Also a little bit struggle at the same time. Um, for me, I'm always proud of who I am, but at the same time, it's kind of like I don't want them to, you know, I don't want them to judge me type of way because I was ready for anything. So I'm openly bisexual. My close friends and family knew about it. Well, let me take that back. They didn't know about it until I want to say I was like 20. I try to think. I think 2012 or 2013, I believe. I'll try to think the timeline because my journey was kind of like taken back all the way back when I was like a little kid. Cause I see everything from the crying game to RuPaul. I thought the most beautiful people ever. And I was free spirit, and I know who I am, but don't know find the right term for it. I was a little kid, so I don't know what the term is, but I see it, I watch it, and I find certain thing do I who I attracted to. So with that, it's like okay, who I am, who who I truly love. So fast forward towards think towards my teenage days or close to my young adult life, I pretty much love everybody, and I even attracted towards very attractive women, and also some attracted towards to feminine guys. There's no shame in my game. I pretty much attracted to everybody. So my really first true relationship, I'm trying to keep it discreet, was a long time ago, long time ago. It was pretty much like a long distance relationship. Um, how am I going to protect this person? Let's just say that this person is very popular. Not like TV popular, but mostly in the local type of thing. So I had a long distance relationship, and it was a guy. It was pretty cool, and the way we interacting, it was kind of like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm a big fan." Doo doo whoop. And then it lead one thing to another, and which that was my first, my first long distance relationship. And if I had some money, I would have go right off the rip. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. And then after that, we went off to. Then I went off dating a female. Long story short, it was pretty challenging because that was whew, a very very rough mental relationship. It was really really rough on that part. So after that, left that relationship, moved forward, and leading into a dating app with the yellow icon, the one where we make that the familiar notification. If you know, you know. So I went to that app and pretty much, just going through it. It's like going through the Royal Rumble of buffet of any kind. And after that, I was, searching, 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 but they really don't know my sexuality. And about going in a relationship, and my family want to see. And a part of me was like, well, I need to tell them because I was hiding it. I was hiding my identity like Rey Mysterio hides his face in a mask in WCW. And I apologize for the time jump line because I try to protect everybody's names and situation, if you know. But I was, hiding it. And I wasn't ashamed, but in my heart, it's like, well, they gonna know one way or another. So the first person I told was my close friend, Beezy. And I told him about it, and he was cool with it. And me and him, we depped up, and we we still talk to this day. We depped up, we talked about it, and he was proud of me. And, that was a big moment. And then after that, it was time for me to tell my parents. And at that moment, I was ready for anything because I don't know how they be gonna react. I don't know how they would um, respond. So the first person I told was my stepmom. I told my stepmom about it, and she was very happy. She was very excited. So I said, "Okay, yes, I'm so proud of you. I still love you no matter what. And I think it's time to tell your dad and mom." And I was like, "Okay." So my stepmom bring my dad, have a little meeting, and I straight up told him that I'm bisexual. And at that moment, I was ready for anything. And the most response I get out of it was positive. It was like a big weight lifted off my shoulder. That's the first weight. And so I gotta go tell my mom about it. And same reaction. It was mostly loving and positive, and they love me no matter what. As long as I'm happy, that's all that matters. And which that's a good thing. That's a good positive thing. And that's the loving part. Here's the funny part. So I told my comic book buddies, shout out to Corey. I went to his place, his different location, a different house, and me and Corey we chopped it up, and I told him the news like, "Hey, I'm bisexual." His face reaction was damn near close to Paul Heyman reaction when Brock Lesnar defeat Undertaker for the undisputed streak. That's how it was, but it was more funny. And he was like, "Wow, I didn't know that." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm bi." So after that, we just chop it up and talked about it, and we just talked about it, and we just went on through like it was nothing happened. Then my other friend, he came through the same day, told him about my sexuality, tell him that I'm bi. And this was his exact words. And I'm not making this up. He said, "Wow, I never knew, because if I would have knew, my gay radar would have went off." So I'm thinking to myself like, "Wow, I'm kind of like the bisexual side of snake because I can go any other any other radar without even notice it." So so that was pretty funny. After that, we just cool and hang out like brothers like we are. I even told my brother about it. He was like, he he understand, but he don't understand. It's kind of like he get it, but he we don't care. So it was short lived. Like, oh, okay. So who think will win the NXT match? I'm like, well, at least I told him. At least I told my family. But the whole coming out thing, it was pretty easy. It was challenging, but once you start seeing the real love coming out from my family, my friends, my peers, then it'll become a lot more easier. You know what I'm saying? So that's the best part about it. And me coming out, matter of fact, it shocked a lot of people because they look at me, they didn't expect a person like me be coming out, as bisexual. They think I'm heterosexual, even though I'm more um, masculine per se. Even though I'm just like a cool guy, so they see me who I am. So that's the best part about it. But when you tell a lot of people, they 10 out of 10, they be more surprised and more supporting, instead of being negative. So that's the best part. I rather take surprise support versus negative and backlash. But I would say this to anybody else who still ashamed of their sexuality, don't be. Because once you come out, you will get support. Now, some will understand, some don't. If they don't understand you and they become negative, cut them loose. Get some support in circles. Have some people around you who give you some love. And I will promise you this: you'll be more loved from your close friends and your close people who are open minded than a closed minded person. Trust me, you will see it for yourself. And not only that, hopefully people who watch this video and listen to me will understand that people will love you. And plus, don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed of who you are, because when you open up and when you go to your own community, you will be embraced and you'll be loved and no one judge you. And for me, for my journey, it's been low key. I've never been bullied. I've never been make fun of because I never, came out like that until like a little bit later of my adult life. But if I would have came out a little bit earlier, um, probably somewhere in school, middle school, not middle school, but high school, then it would take a little bit different turn. But I'm glad I'll hold it off. But I'm glad I did it. I'm live comfortably, live freely, and I love who I am. I love myself, and people who work with me, they love me as well. So that's my coming out story. I apologize for the story kind of jumping around a little bit. I got to protect the name, stuff like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the short story. I hope you guys, take some lesson from it. Just be yourself, love who you love, and love yourself. And nobody gonna love you. Who the hell will? And yes, I bite up from loophole. That damn it. But anyway, I'm your boy here called Michael. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. If you want to support this channel, drop some coin into my Cash App. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.